Alright guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friends, today's video is a very different one. It's a very fun one because we're going to be taking a look at 6 superb examples of expedition trailers. Now, I'm also going to reveal which trailer I went with and discuss why that was the best one out of the bunch for my needs. Now, but before we dive into today's video, I do want to take a moment to ask you for a huge favor. You see that like button down below? I would love it if you go ahead and hit that button after you watch this video. By liking this video, you tell me that you like this kind of content, which means I'm going to do more content like this in the future, which also means that you get more of what you find enjoyable and beneficial. It's a, what do you call it? A win-win situation. Of course, I appreciate your comments and your shares as well. So if you have time, go ahead and do that as well. With that said, pull up a seat in, let's go. Now, first thing is first, I do want to start saying that there are plenty of other fantastic trailers that didn't make the list. But I didn't want to make a 5-hour long video, and I'm pretty sure you didn't want to watch a video that long anyway. So I did some research and narrowed down the list to 6 excellent examples. And of course, I used a variety of criteria to compile this list, including price, size, weight, suspension, specs, available features, and pros and cons. And obviously, I examine these trailers through the lens of which I need and what I think is most important. Keep in mind, your list will be a little bit different than mine because your needs might differ from mine. However, each of these trailers are all great around options, and if you're in the market for a good expedition trailer, really, any of these should do the trick. So without further ado, let's get to the list. Starting things off, Patriot X1H. Now, Patriot Campers is a well-known brand out of Australia that has a reputation for building high quality and highly capable off-road products. Now, their trailers are known for luxury touches as well as including high-end finishes, durable construction, industry-leading materials, and the very latest in design technologies. And since these trailers are tested in Australia, which is the home of some of the harshest environments on this planet, you know you're getting a trailer that is built to handle just about anything you can throw at it.
Introducing the next groundbreaking step in the X1's evolution, the Patriot Campers X1H. The X1 is unmatched and unrivaled in both stature and off-road ability. We were never going to stop refining this world-leading camper trailer. And now we've combined everything we know about touring into one versatile model that has redefined an industry again. The X1H features a never-before-seen exclusive from the world leader in off-road touring technology. The most convenient automated setup and pack down ever offered in a compact, off-the-grid ready camper trailer.
Next, BRS Off-Road Sherpa. Now, BRS Off-Road is known around the world for their hybrid campers that offer loads of features while maintaining lightweight build. Now, the goal of BRS Off-Road is to make it easier for you to get out there and explore. Heck, after a long day of traveling, the last thing that you want to do is spend the time setting up your trailer. With the Sherpa and other BRS off-road trailers, you simply park the trailer and, well, you're ready to go.
So I'm here with Ben from BRS Off-Road. Now he's brought along the Sherpa, and this is such a unique little product. Tell me about the concept behind this, Ben.
We thought we would build a small little pod that you could just jump in and pull up for the night and not have to set it up, and it'd be a hard shell. There was no real opening of it.
Now, what I've loved about this particular product is just how quick and easy it is to set up.
Yeah.
You can fit 4 people and you can be literally set up within, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, it's pretty quick. So you can just pull up, roll the awning out.
Yep.
If you've got kids, you can lift the top up and you're done. That's it. If you need a shower, you can open up the quick pitch shower and that's it.
So the shower was also, I find, to be a really awesome product.
Yeah.
It's like showering out under the stars, isn't it? It's not a contained shower.
Yeah, it's not a contained shower. So it's got a drop-down canvas. It just rolls out. It's got a diesel hot water system, so it's really quick to heat up, and a couple of minutes you got some hot water and you're ready to go. So. And
completely off-road, but yet you've also got that hot water system you were saying to me before, can also couple as a diesel heater inside as well, is that right?
Yeah, so it's a heater as well in case you want to go to the high country and somewhere, you know, the deserts do get cold, so the hard shell again is good for that, and you can crank that little heater and it's like an oven in there.
Now you've got something pretty special inside. I mean, when you're out off-road and you want a bit of luxury, you've got something you can lay in bed, have that diesel heater on, and as long as you've got channels or a DVD or something, you can chuck something on the TV, can't you?
Yeah, so you got the telly, stereo, and you know, some backrest there, a fan, and you can sit down and be out of the weather and the dust and the dirt for the night and
the flies.
And the flies. So yeah.
And the kitchen at the back is awesome. So you've got 2 fridges that I've noticed there. So you've got one for the beer and you've got one for the food.
Yep.
And then you've got this little drop down and you can pop your, is it 2-burner gas stove or something along those lines?
So we've gone to a portable device because of gas and carrying gas bottles and stuff like that. So you can put any kind of portable cooker in there, and we've got a 2-burner Coleman in there, which also has a hot plate.
And the construction underneath is pretty unique. What are the benefits of that?
It's just got a single beam going right through under to its independent suspension. Keeps the camper lightweight. You only really need that single beam going right through on this kind of weight. It's under a tonne.
Where do you see this sort of fits?
It's a full off-road rig, so you can definitely take it anywhere. I would.
So the Sherpa, families, couples, who's it for?
It's for the younger families, the mum and dad that still might have the kids at home, but they might leave further down the track, and you can get rid of that rooftop tent and you're left with the pod.
There was so much to like about the Sherpa. So number 1 would be that ensuite shower that just pops down the side, so you can have a shower under the stars. It was amazing. The kids really loved that. Secondly would be the shadow awning that comes out to the side. Goes out really quickly, no poles touching the ground, so it's not in your way, kids aren't tripping over it. And the third would be just a little simple detail. There's a little window just above the main cab, so when you lay down you can look out and see the stars overnight, and I thought that was a really nice touch.
We took it through some rocky terrain and handled really well, really light on the back. It was good.
What you guys have tried to achieve is the simplicity side of things, but also having those luxuries. And I think you guys have really nailed it. You know, you've got, as you said, the diesel heater, the TV, but you've also just got that simplicity of you jump in, there's a bed.
Yeah.
You know, you've got this brilliant awning that's out here.
Yeah.
Doesn't need poles or anything like that. I've never seen anything like it.
It's super strong.
Yeah, it's really strong.
Yeah.
And then you've got the option of, you know, popping that rooftop tent on there if you wanted to do that, or just having it as a pod. Like it's so versatile. So Ben, thank you so much for bringing this along. It is such an awesome little unit.
Yep.
I hope you've had a good trip.
Great.
Great trip, yeah?
Time
excellent.
off.
Yeah, well, you can't get much further than that, can you?
No.
Next, the Brutha EXP4. Now this trailer hails itself from, yeah, you probably guessed it, Australia. Brutha is a team of brothers that grew up exploring the most remote areas of Australia. Now their trailers that Brutha produces are born out of experience of being way off the beaten path. Now these guys have two highly unique models that are designed and built without limitations. Now the result is a class of expedition trailers that has a blend of off-road toughness and durability and still having the creature comforts to make adventure more comfortable.
The Brutha EXP4 is a globally available off-road expedition trailer like no other, offering the versatility to suit solo adventurers, couples, families, the young at heart, commercial applications, and extreme climates. Designed and engineered to excel in undulating off-road terrain, the Brutha EXP4 has nearly triple the adjustable suspension travel of other off-road trailers and provides the EXP4 with performance, safety, and control in levels never before seen. With up to 37-inch tyres fitted, the EXP4 has class-leading ground clearance and can calibrate suspension height to suit both standard SUVs or modified 4x4s. It also fits well within the width of tow vehicles and comfortably maintains contact with the ground on rutted off-road terrain. In extreme conditions, the Brutha suspension can even be used to lean over 11 inches to counteract a steep side slope or avoid overhanging tree branches. And 90-degree angles are also achievable behind popular tow vehicles. At the rear, a discreetly mounted recovery winch can be fitted, and a roof-mounted carbon fibre housing with 2 stages of filtration is designed to keep the cabin pressurised during dusty travel. On-road performance is just as important to Brutha, so body shape and dimensions are aerodynamically assessed for maximum efficiency. Made out of closed-cell epoxy-bonded composite up to 60mm thick, the EXP4 is immensely strong and the most insulated trailer in its class. The body can also be made entirely out of carbon fibre. Camping has never been so easy. The rear door provides instant shelter over the huge EXP4 kitchen, and with the press of a button, the kitchen is level and at your chosen height. There's easy access to all areas and ample storage for both small and larger items, along with the niceties of soft closed drawers and stainless steel latches throughout. The kitchen also has design flexibility to accommodate a variety of fridges and cooktops, from induction, diesel, or larger portable gas barbecues. For cold climates or extra privacy, the rear hatch can be fully enclosed, and walk-around coverage is also available with the electric awnings fitted on both sides. Plus, privacy booths are also available with the EXP4's built-in shower system, and there's dedicated storage for portable toilet systems. Inside, the bedding area is a huge 6 foot wide and over 7 foot long. Sleep blissfully in hotel comfort regardless of climatic conditions. Internal fans, roof-mounted ventilation, interior heating, and even air conditioning can be added. There's convenient access to large storage areas throughout for all personal items, including hanging space for clothing. Internal sleeping space is so abundant that shelves or bunks for young children can be added, and for larger families, a 4-person rooftop tent can be fitted, allowing the EXP4 to comfortably sleep a family of 6 or more. 2 large storage locations are capable of holding bulky equipment safely in lockable locations. Truly versatile, the EXP4 roof is entirely free for storage. It can be fitted with roof racks, rooftop tents, or even to accommodate a boat with dedicated racking systems available. And best of all, even with items stored on the roof, solar panels remain free from obstruction. The EXP4 represents Brutha's lifelong knowledge and passion for exploration. Not only is it the most capable and versatile off-road expedition trailer available, but also the quickest and easiest to camp with, allowing clients all over the world to explore secluded and beautiful destinations away from the crowds with absolute ease. Australian designed and built, the EXP4 is also globally available, with Brutha shipping to clients all around the world. For more information, visit bruthax.com.
Getaway. Now, Turtleback trailers are made right here in the US in Arizona. These trailers are known for their toughness and durability, as well as a wide range of options that you can get to customize them to your needs. Now, the team at Turtleback is dedicated to exceeding high quality control standards, acute attention to detail, and treating customers like family.
All right, folks, starting at the front of the trailer now, looking back down at the chassis, the foundation of our trailers. The CNC cut steel chassis, which is then hot dip galvanized and coated with a urethane coating for extra protection against any corrosion. Front of it over here, we have our safety chains, obviously a standard feature on our trailers and all trailers for that matter. Over here we have a grub screw which tightens down on that max coupler or 2-inch receiver depending on which one you choose. 7-pin connector connecting up to your tow vehicle. What this allows us to do is to run standard electric braking system and to charge the batteries while you're in transit. Breakaway safety connector, if the trailer does come unhooked for any reason while you're on the trail or on the freeway, this will pull out, locking up those brakes and stopping the trailer from going off into the boonies by itself. All right, starting at the front of the trailer over here, we have the rock impact pad. What that does is stop obviously all those rock trips right on the front of the trailer where it's going to take most of its beating. The lock on the front is a dual action lock. Simply pull it down, swivel towards you, and the nose box will open. It is a dual action mechanism. So what that means is when you are closing it, it has the first click, which is kind of just holds it there, but then the second click really snugs it down into those seals, keeping any water and dust out of the nose box where all your electronics are housed. So let's take a look at those now. Opening up the nose box, gas struts help with opening up that lid. All our decals on the front over here, designed, tested, and built, made in the USA, proudly American. The Turtle Hub decal over here on a QR code. If you're an owner of a Turtleback trailer and you ever have any questions, we're building up this platform for customers to have their how-to videos, their maintenance schedules, and all the kind of interaction with our customer base through the Turtleback Hub. This particular unit over here is set up with the Pro Mariner Sport HD battery charger to keep those batteries topped off while it's waiting for you in the garage, so you can just hook up and off you go. This particular unit is set up with a dual battery system, 102 amp hour batteries, effectively 204 amp hour battery capacity in this trailer as it sits. Also has a setup with a Pro Watt 1000 watt inverter. You also have the option of putting in a 2000 watt inverter depending on your needs and wants. This unit is also set up with solar capabilities so that it can be plugged into a solar panel, has a controller built in to keep those batteries also charged up and using the benefit of the sun, obviously, to keep your system charged. The solar is also goes the through port and then plugged in on the side of the nose box over here. All right, coming around to the back of the trailer now, you obviously have the swing out tailgate with a spare tire mounted on it. Also has these wings on the Getaway trail that can fit either a jerry can or a small Rotopax fuel cell. So if you want to carry some extra fuel, you can do that on this particular unit. The lock on the side is a simple pull up on the top, swing it out. Tailgate will swing out effortlessly. The Getaway trailer has a single compression lock on the back over here. Simply push on the button, opening up that gate and swinging that out. Latches keeping it secure in the wind so that it doesn't go anywhere, it's going to stay there. When it's in this position, you can also then go and open it up to full extension. Then it shows the kitchen unit. Kitchen unit over here slides out simply the 2 yellow locks on either side, hold it in secure, push those down, pull the drawer slide out, revealing the kitchen setup. Starting on this side is the dual burner partner stove. 10,000 BTU stove, got wind deflectors on the sides over here to keep the wind away from your cooking area. Propane is also hard plumbed into the trailer to your 11-pound propane cylinder over here. So when you get to camp, simply slide that kitchen out, turn on your propane, and your kitchen is ready to switch on. It has a safety mechanism built into it, so if the drawer slide does close it all, it'll cut off the propane, thus stopping any propane leaking out in the trailer. If your flame does blow out for whatever reason, you don't quite turn it all the way off, no propane's gonna leak into your trailer. All right, moving over to the sink on this side of here. It's a stainless steel sink, and it actually can fit a nice pot in there and actually get to wash your dishes off. We also have 2 drawers on the Getaway trail. Same as the Expedition, small pantry or small slide over here where you can can keep kind of your dish soaps and dish towels and stuff like that. Those slides are lockable, so they suck in there. Another one on this side, housing all your utensils, cutlery, and that kind of stuff, or whatever you want to pack in there that's easily accessible when you're at camp. Closing down the kitchen is a simple process. Hit those 2 yellow levers, slide the kitchen in, slide the gate to full 90, release the latch, push it in, and then closing the tailgate, simply pull up the pin, lock that in place, swing it around, will effortlessly slide into its latch, secure, ready to get headed back on the trail. We also have USB on the back of the kitchen set up, dual USB ports, and also a cigarette style, which is a standard feature, and also the LED lighting over the kitchen. Taking a look at the passenger side over here, we obviously have the solar plug in here, so you can plug in your solar panel and then run it on a 15, 20-foot cord out into the sunlight, and then move that around throughout the day, keeping it in the sun, keeping those batteries in the front of the trailer nice and topped off. On the top of the trailer, we have a rooftop tent. This particular one is a 23-0 rooftop tent. It can fit any of the makes and models. All the tents do fit onto our rack system. This particular unit has a Rhino Rack bat wing on it. It's a 270-degree awning, flips around and covers up over the galley or over the kitchen area. Moving along on this side of the trailer, you have your pressurized water port. So that just has a quick connect to a shower hose nozzle. On this particular unit, it's just a pressurized port because it's not running the hot water heater. If you had the hot water heater system, you'd have the hot and cold water adjustments in this area over here. Over here, we have the water fills up that 21 gallons of water inside the trailer, right above the wheels, keeping that center of gravity for ease of towing. Moving along the trailer over here, an accessory propane tank, a 5-pound propane tank fits over here. A nice thing to carry with that is a backup for the 11-pound. If you had to run into a bit of a situation where you used all the propane out of the 11-pound, you have a backup. Or if you wanted to take a barbecue pit or something like that, you can run that off that 5-pound without having to disconnect your main propane cylinder. On the side over here, we have the latches over here which hold the main storage lid down. Simply flip those up. The gas struts on the lid will open that up, getting you to your storage compartment inside. If you take a look inside, you got ample storage in the front of the trailer, 21 gallons of water, backlit again with a green light and a turtle cut into this divider so you can see your water level and how much water you got in there. And then the top of the kitchen unit has a solid platform over there so you can put any pots, pans, or however you want to really set up your trailer, you can kind of store stuff in there. Closing the lid, simply grab onto the roof rack, pull down, secure one of the locks. These also have options here for a padlock if you wanted to keep things secure in there and not have anybody just open it up. Before we get done, let's just take a quick look at the standard wheel package, which is a 16-inch steel wheel on a 265/75 all-terrain tire. That'll give you lots of grip down the trail. All right, on the driver's side of the trailer over here, you obviously have the jack system to level that trailer front and back, wind it up and get it nice and level. So when you're sleeping, you're not rolling to the back or rolling to the front. We also, on the Getaway Trail Edition, we have the 4-switch block on the front chair with breakers behind them for exterior lighting, interior lighting inside the nose box and storage compartment, the turtle lighting, which is a green ambient glow behind, and also backlit for these turtles cut out of the chassis, putting a nice green ambient light out on the ground. On top over here, we have a 12-volt system plug-in, so you've got a 12-volt cigarette style lighter over there, dual USB with a little light showing you that it's on. 110-volt power in. This goes into that Pro Mariner charger, keeping those batteries charged up when it's at home in the garage, ready and waiting for your adventure. And then the through pass over here. Nice thing about that, if you are running an inverter system and you have an appliance or something you want to run outside, you just run that cable through this through pass and into that inverter system, thus not having to keep the nose box open all the time in case of a bit of a rain or something like that. And while you're out on the trail walking, going for a hike, taking the dogs out there, it starts raining, you're not going to get water inside your nose box, keep that closed. Any extension cords or appliances running through there, run it through the through pass. That way, in case of rain, you have no issues. On the side of here, we've got the LED lighting that we switched on over there, giving you a nice light at night around the camp and around the trailers. We also have the option for a door on the side of here. It's a 13.5 by 14.5 internal dimensions basically, so you can slide some stuff into the trailer from the driver's side over here. And then moving along to the back of the trailer, we have the 11-pound propane cylinder, which is hard plumbed into your gas stove and into the water heater if you run that option.
Patriot X1. Now the first trailer I spoke about, it was a Patriot X1H. The X1 is the little brother.
For you. So this is a trailer me and the kids will be using this weekend, the X1. Now, this trailer is the family trailer. So if it's mum and dad and one kid, or mum and dad and four, we've got you covered with a kids room and a separate area for the mum and dads. So with the kids room staying attached on this one today, I'm going to show you exactly how quick this can be set up for your family. So behind me is the X1 and the CS3 integrated tent. I've got the kids room attached with the main room there, and the whole thing folds up on top. So for those quick family getaways without having to zip other pieces on, that's all you do. Now the kids room is nice and easy. You've got one pole, a couple of pegs, and up it goes. Throw the kids' sleeping bags in there and the kids are set up. Mum and dad are a little bit different, and I want to show you inside at how this tent is going to suit you. So inside the CS3 integrated tent, you'll notice a large area here. So when you want to get changed, or when the family want to get changed, you've got a really great space to do that in. Up here on the bed, you've got a gel top pocket spring mattress, which is so comfortable. You basically can keep all your bedding up there, so when the ladder's folded over, you don't have to remake the bed. You've got large area as well, so you've got really nice space. You don't feel on top of each other, which is a really nice feature. All the windows are a midgie-proof mesh, which means you're not going to get the bugs inside, and also you're going to catch a really nice breeze by being up high. You've got 12-volt outlets up in the corner, so you can charge your devices at night. You've got lighting throughout, and you can actually dim that lighting too. So when the kids are going to sleep, you can give them a nice ambient lighting. Also, you can zip these windows up, so in those winter, cold months, you're going to stay nice and warm inside the tent. If we head down the nice staircase that we have produced, it's going to be a lot easier on your feet to get up, and you've also got a grab rail here, so it's lots more stable when you're trying to get down the ladder. If we go to the floor as well, it's a full unzippable floor. So if it's covered in mud or sand, you can unzip the whole thing, hose it off and zip it back on as you need. So keeping the tent clean is very, very important to us, especially when you've got kids around and they're getting muddy. Into the kids' room, you've got all the ventilation you need. They've got nice little air vents here that are going to bring the air up through and bring it into the main tent. You can also got a nice hook here that you can hang a fan or a lantern just for the kids. There's plenty of space in there for 2 mattresses like we've got today, or 2 bunks. So for a family from 1 child all the way up to 4 children, this is going to do the job. Now we've seen the hexacore awning on the X1N. Now in addition to that, on the X1, rather than having the infill panels, you've actually got a tropical roof cover that connects to the top of the awning, stopping any rain from coming here. And you could also option the sails kit as well. So the rear sails kit will Velcro to the very top, okay, and stop any rain coming between here and keeping all this nice and dry. Why we would set this up as well is for days like this. It's sunny, it's hot. We're trying to keep as much shade over the tent as possible. All right, so you can walk all the way around the awning and under here and straight into your tent. Now, if it was raining, we would drop the pole, readjust the guy rope and let the water run straight off. So again, not being in the weather when you're camping. And that's pretty much what people are after. You know, they want to be undercover and as comfortable as they can be most of the time. Moving around the front of the trailer, you've got the front sail kit. Now this is attached via Velcro here and onto this connecting piece to the main awning. And this is going to stop the awning from blowing off in windy weather. As you can see, it's protecting my man cave and my hot water system. So it's going to give you full 360-degree walk around the whole time. And the X1H is also available with the front sail and the rear sail, and with one extra piece is all you need to seal off the awning. So let's move on to storage. Now with the X range, the X1N, the X1 and the X1H have all the same sort of storage. So I'm going to take you through it on my trailer, the X1, and how it works for me. Now if we move forward to the front of the trailer, this is what we call the man cave. And if we open that up, it reveals, if you option it, the barbecue and barbecue swing away. Your shelf in there as well, which is also an option. And this is where I look at putting tools, straps, hoses, you know, things that I would typically put in my garage. So this is going to be that place, my go-to area for that sort of storage. We'll run through to the kitchen and I'll show you through that. In the kitchen area, there's plenty of space for all your needs. You've got storage under here for plates, you've got cutlery storage here, you've got cups and mugs, long utensils, salts, peppers, teas, coffees, oils, and as I like to use this as a little bit more electrical, where I've got 2 USB power points. If we come around the back, I'll show you exactly where we put our larger items. So in the back compartment here, this is where you're going to put those big, bulky items that you never really find a space for. So in here I've got my chairs, okay, I've got a table, plenty more for the kids as well. As you can see here on these honeycomb wet storage boxes, these are great for recovery gear, buckets and space for the kids, monster trucks, that sort of stuff. Stuff that you don't want going back in the car or back in the trailer. And then everyone sort of asks, where do I put my dry food? Well, the best space for that is in this large rear drawer system here. With individualized compartments that you can customize, you can store anything from bread to eggs, cans, cereal, crisps, and we've also got our pots and pans storage area here as well. With that, an automotive rubber seal, stopping the dust from getting in when you've got this open all the time. Now let's go into the tent and see how we access the storage there. Stepping inside the tent, this reveals what you're going to need for all your storage for inside here. Clothes storage, toiletry storage, and some charging. So what you can do is buy these boxes. Now, when we go away, there's a rule of thumb. If it doesn't go in the box, it doesn't come with us. And that's how we control how much stuff we take. So, one box for myself, one for Rose, and one for Harry this weekend. That's all we need. So, with that, you've also got a charging shelf. So when we want to charge iPads and phones and things like that, with the 1000-watt inverter, which is available with your tech pack. We've also got a space down here for toiletries and other things like so. So I've just got a bucket of toys for the kids on this slide out here. And I think that's the best thing about the X1. You never run out of space. So we've brought the crew up here to Bulimba Creek and we're going to hit a few light tracks this afternoon. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys why it's so important to have a really capable off-road camper trailer. Now you've got 2 recovery points on the back and they're perfect for when you're in a sticky situation or if someone else is in a sticky situation and being able to recover those people. You've also got airbag suspension. You're going to see today how well it works on these off-road tracks going in and out of potholes, keeping your camper trailer level and also smooth so everything inside isn't rattling around. You've got mud terrain tyres on a Patriot camper as well, and that's throughout the whole range. This is going to provide you better grip when in those off-road tracks and also on the beach. You can let them right down so you're going to stay on top of that sand, which is going to make it easier and stop you getting bogged so much. Now, what we'll do, we'll show you a little bit more on how these things perform with the rest of the crew on the tracks. Let's go.
Turtleback Expedition. Thus far, I've highlighted 5 excellent expedition trailers for your consideration. Now, in each of the case, I think these trailers offer unique specs and features that can fit the needs of any off-roading and overlanding enthusiast. But friend, there was literally one that really, for me, stood head and shoulders over the rest for what I wanted and needed in an expedition trailer, and that is, as you probably guessed it, the Turtleback Expedition trailer. Consider this the big brother of the Turtleback Getaway that I described a moment ago. So you may be asking, Alex, why did you select the Turtleback Expedition trailer over some of the others? Well, let me start off with, it's made right here in the US, and let me take that a little bit further. There are some great trailers on this list, but what's important when you look at, if you have an off-road or overlanding vehicle, regardless how well that thing is built. See, my household, we are a Land Rover, we've had Jeeps, we've had all sorts of vehicles. You start going off-road with these things start breaking because you're flexing, you're running over bumps, it just happens. Regardless how well these things are built, things do happen. And having that peace of mind of a company is located right here in the US. If something goes wrong, I can get on the phone with them during my time zone or during my day, my business day, and be able to reach somebody was super important to me. A lot of these other companies are overseas and you got to wake up in the middle of the night or call them late evening or this or that, and that's a little bit inconvenient. I want to be able to spend time with my family after hours, so keep business during business hours and personal, and well, you get the point. And so another thing, when things do go wrong, I can pick up a phone. If I need a part, I can get that shipped off. And before I actually went out and made the move on a trailer, I just read a lot of the boards. I was reading a lot of the good, the bad, the ugly. And one of the things that I read about purchasing trailers or that were from overseas and so forth, while they're great trailers, if you need a part, especially these days, shipping was taking people, a month, 2 months, 3 months to be able to get a simple part. So especially when you look at the summer months, short little window of opportunity to get out there and enjoy that beautiful weather, man, that would suck. If I'm waiting for something silly because, FedEx or DHL is snoozing or, just the pandemic is slowing things down. And I just didn't want to go through that. And here's a good case of example of this here. My trailer originally had 2 100 amp hour AGM batteries in it, and I wanted to make a upgrade to lithium. So I got on the phone with the Turtleback folks, and last week I drove out to Arizona, which is only a handful of hours from me, and I got out there and they installed the same day I got there a dual 100 amp hour lithium batteries, and we also added the Red Arc Manager 30 and the Red Vision, which, by the way, I'm going to have a review on that here in a subsequent video. Badass, absolutely amazing, highly recommend. But it was so cool because I could make that call and it was done the same day, and here's where things really got fun. One of the owners of Turtleback brought me up to Sedona for an overnight camping trip. So he had his Turtleback trailer, I had mine, and it by far it was one of the most scenic by far places I've ever camped. It was right on a cliff and you just have the Sedona Red Rocks right there. It was fantastic. that level of service is just above and beyond. And that, I think they have something called the herd of turtles. So they have this community of all these people that have these turtleback trailers, and they meet up once a year. And I just like that community action. So made in USA, that was super important. If I need a part, I can get on the phone with them. If I need service, I can get on the phone. And that's another thing that directed me towards these folks, or a company that was made in the US here. Some of the reviews I was reading on some of the other trailers, people were frustrated because while these companies are overseas, they could not find somebody that would service their trailer here in the States. And that was, again, that's another level of frustration that I just did not want to deal with. And one of the next things that really sold me about the Turtleback trailers is these things are really built like tanks. The materials that they use, these guys don't cut any corners, and that's something I really respected for something I'm going to be towing out in the middle of the woods and beating the piss out of. I want to make sure, I want to know that this thing's going to take a hit if it takes place. And also, when you look at something small like these expedition trailers, I wanted something small so therefore I can maneuver where I needed to. Have you ever met one of those people that are just geniuses at Tetris game? I swear these people, that must be a prerequisite at Turtleback, because the use of space, there's virtually almost no negative space in here that is not getting used. They put all the space to good use. I like that. I like the modularity. When I was out there and saw just some of the new stuff they've been working on, it's just absolutely amazing. And of course, I love the design. I've had so many people pull me aside and just like, wow, what is that? What is that? What is that? It really does. I think it's a great looking trailer. That's my opinion. But I have a lot of people that always are swinging by and they're always giving me compliments on it and so forth. And it's an intriguing rig, that's for sure.
You've got the coolest setup.
Oh, thank you.
I was admiring it yesterday. I was like, oh my God, that is so cool.
The electronics are absolutely insane in this thing, and I know I just upgraded it further, but it came with, I had the Zamp solar system in there. You have lights, USB all over the place. Considering my first profession is a photographer, I like that I can charge all my devices. I like that there's lights. I love that the USB is all over the place. And then of course the 42 gallons of water tank that you have on this thing, and the Dominic hot water heater, which takes about 15 minutes to heat up, which is pretty awesome. And when it is hot, it is hot. And that holds an additional 6 gallons of water as well. So the fun part with that is when I go on my adventures, that's more than plenty of water to take showers on a daily basis and do the dishes, which leads me to my next thing that sold me on this. I love to cook. I love experimenting in the kitchen. This thing has this huge kitchen that flays open. You have a 10,000 BTU stove on the back. You have the sink right next to it. You have these two massive shelves that gives you plenty of room to go cooking on. And then of course, to keep all this kind of working well and as held together, you have a badass suspension system. So this has a Icon suspension that was made specifically for these trailers, and I've gone over some pretty rough stuff, and this trailer has taken it all. And of course, last but not least, when I'm out and about, you get tooling around out there. I want to be able to take a shower, so it has this cool shower or privacy tent, whatever you want to call it, that kind of swings out over the front. That is a big selling point for me as well.
Hey folks, congratulations on your new Turtleback trailer. While the guys are in the shop hard at work putting it together for you, we wanted to take this opportunity to spend a couple of minutes and show you the features and benefits of your trailer so that when you get it, you're comfortable with it all. So let's start in the front and take a look. Alright guys, let's dive into this unit now. But before we get started, full disclosure, this particular unit is kitted out with some of our upgrades. So I'll point those out as we go along. But let's start down at the foundation of the trailer, the chassis. Chassis come to us in raw steel. We cut them in-house on a CNC tube cutter, weld them up, and then send them off for hot dip galvanizing. After that, we take it one step further and go the extra mile and coat it with a urethane coating, giving it that fit and finish that is second to none. On the front of the trailer, we typically run a max coupler. 90% of our customers go with this. Standard would be a 2-inch receiver. Like I said, 90% of the customers go with the max coupler. And the beauty of this articulating hitch is that as the vehicle twists and turns down the trailer just kind of sits behind it and doesn't want to pop off. And then on the vehicle side, it obviously has the other one that rotates both up and down. Moving back a little bit further down the trailer, we have a grub screw over here. And what that does is as you put in the receiver in the front, tighten that down, it'll take out any vibration and noise out of the hitch itself, giving you a lot smoother ride. All of the Turtleback trailers come equipped with a 7-pin connector. The beauty of those are that while you're down the trail, you are charging your batteries, and also standard electrical braking on all the Turtleback trailers. Moving on to the safety chains, we use a heavy-duty trailer safety chains designed for this application. Moving back to the breakaway switch, what this does is you connect this to your vehicle, and in the case of anything coming unhinged, it'll activate the brakes, stopping the trailer in its tracks. Moving to the front of the trailer, we have an impact pad over here to stop any rock chips on the front of the box. This box is beautiful and engineered really well, made of aluminum construction again, and then cut on a laser cutter, and then bent on a CNC press brake. Opening this up again is a dual action lock, which sucks down nicely into the automotive seals, keeping all the dirt, water out of your nose box. All the electrical equipment is housed in the front of the nose box. On the driver's side, we have the shore power charger for your battery system. Standard feature would be a single deep cycle 102 amp hour battery. This particular unit is set up with an upgraded dual battery system. It also has a 2000 watt inverter, which is an upgraded option. You can choose a 1000 watt or a 2000 watt, depending on your needs and requirements. This unit is also upgraded with a ZAMP solar controller and a Red Arc DC to DC converter. On the outside of the box over here, this is where you would plug in your 110 volt shore power to charge your batteries. No matter what the breakers are inside the trailer, just plug it in, it'll charge your battery setup. No thought process required. We also have a through pass over here. And the beauty of that is if you do run an inverter system, you can plug your 110 extension cord in there and then have your appliance set up outside, and your nose box is not required to be open all the time while you have something plugged into the inverter. As I close that down over there, you can hear the clicks of that dual action lock really sucking in to those automotive seals, keeping all the water and dust out of there. On the front of the unit over here, we have our shower compartment unit. Simply push down on the lever, open up the shower box, take the shower hose, quick connect to hook it up, hot and cold water adjustment right on the front over here. And then we have our privacy tent that we have built out. Look down at the links below for the video on the privacy tent setup and how unique that is. Keeps you out of the elements and in a nice place to shower when you're off on the trail. Let's move around to the passenger side of the trailer and take a look at what we got on that side. Coming around to the passenger side of the trailer, the first thing that stands out to me is the Topo graphics package. It stands out and gives a nice, elegant look. On the side of the nose box over here, we have the door latch. All the swing out doors have a door latch, keeping them secure in the wind. Over here we have the solar port. Plug in your solar panel, run it 15 to 20 feet away from the trailer, keeping that in the sun all day, move it around during the course of the day, making sure you're getting the maximum power from the sun, keeping your batteries nice and topped off. The main storage compartment on the Turtleback trailer is a through pass storage compartment. And what's nice about that is if you're on the trail and things do shift, you can always access it from the other side of the trailer. It's not like some of the trailers on the market where you got a 4 to 6 foot storage compartment, and if things roll around, they're right at the front of the trailer or on the side, and you have to climb in there and get your wife to grab your feet and yank you out because everything's so far back. I don't have 4 foot long arms. I'm sure you don't. Let's take a look at this one now. Compression locks, automotive seals, keeping the dust and the dirt out of that storage compartment. The one we're going to look at today has a 70-liter Snowmaster fridge freezer combo in it, which fits in there as you can see. To access the fridge on a slide, simply pull it up, slide the fridge out, and now you get into all your groceries, your ice cream, your lollipops to keep the kids happy. Still a lot of space inside the storage compartment, even with that large refrigerator. You do not need to run a refrigerator, so that is a compartment where you can keep all your camping gear stored in it. On the front of the boxes over here, keeping everything protected from rocks and hard-headed bugs, we have an impact pad coated with urethane again, same as the chassis. Likewise, the fenders over here coated in a urethane, keeping it nice and protected. Moving on to the hot water heater on the side, it's a 6-gallon Dometic hot water heater. That coupled with the 42 gallons in the storage tank give you 48 effective gallons of water, allowing you to take those hot water showers on the trail at our campsite, keeping Mama Bear happy. Storage compartment on this side is a smaller little storage compartment, shelf inside you with LED lighting above and below the shelving, giving you more than enough light to see what you have stored in there. And there is some water, some more storage underneath the water heater itself too. Down below over here, we have an accessory propane tank. It's a 5-gallon propane cylinder. It's a nice backup for the 11-pound we have on the other side that we'll get to in a little bit. And also if you wanted to carry an accessory or any barbecue pits or fire pits along with you, you can take those and run those off of those without having to disconnect your main propane cylinder. We're gonna move down now and take a look at the suspension and give you a sneak peek at that. All right guys, so now we're down in the trenches where the magic happens. Take a look at this suspension setup. Designed in collaboration with Icon Vehicle Dynamics, but with spring rate dampering specifically for Turtleback. The Turtleback signature suspension setup. Standard feature would be the timber and axle suspension, but this thing is in a league of its own. Designed and built in-house using Ford Raptor hardware to make sure this thing is bulletproof, to get you out onto the trail, and more importantly, to get you home and to soak up all that vibration so that doesn't transfer through all your gear, up into your tent, and so forth, and ruin all your stuff. All right, take a look at this thing. In the meantime, I'm gonna crawl out of here and let's go see the kitchen. Moving towards the back of the trailer, let's take a look at the kitchen. Super easy to set up on the trail. Let me show you how quick and easy it is to set up. Pull the latch, swing the tailgate out, pin it in place so it doesn't swing around. Stainless steel table, perfect for prepping your goods on it. Compression locks again on the back of the trailer, keeping it nice and dry and dust free inside the kitchen because that's the last place you're going to want to get dust. Push down on the locks, slide out the kitchen unit, pull it to its lock position, and your kitchen is set up. You also have another drop down table on this side. Let me show you some of the pantry slides and what those have for you. On the top, all the drawers have locks on them so they don't bang around when you're out on the trail. These do have interchangeable dividers, so you can set that slide up as you want it. The middle drawer is slightly larger. That way you can get your plates in there, your pots, pans, and all your larger goods. Again, interchangeable to set up for your needs and how you like it. All Turtleback trailers come with a dual burner partner stove, which puts out about 10,000 BTU. But as you pull out the slide, simply hit the relay switch on the side, which will activate the propane, allowing it to flow freely. So with that propane safety circuit in place too, when you do close up kitchen and slide it in, it'll automatically cut the propane. That way when you are traveling home, you're not getting propane leaking into the trailer because you thought you had it closed, but it's just slightly cracked open and propane's bleeding off. That will ensure that you have no propane leaking through there. We always recommend though that you do shut off the 11-pound propane tank before you hit the trail again. Closing up the kitchen, you feel those compression locks really sucking up against those automotive seals, keeping everything nice and dry. Before I close the tailgate though, I want to just briefly go through what we've got going on this side of the trailer. Water fill comes in over here. Your 42-gallon water tank is filled from this point. We also have a bypass pressurized water hookup. And what that allows you to do is to travel without the 42 gallons of water in the tank, taking out that 380 to 400 pounds of weight out of the trailer. If you know you're going to have pressurized water hookups along the way, and then before you head off into the trails and you know you're going to be out of civilization for a couple of weeks, you can then fill up your tank and go from there. Optional extras are additional charge ports. Yeah, at the back of the kitchen, it's a nice add-on to all of our trailers to put a dual USB charger and a 12-volt cigarette style hookup on the back of the trailer. That way when you're on your kitchen area and you want to charge up some USB devices or something like that, you have an easy place to plug those in. And then again, the door latches, keeping everything secure when you are out and deployed. Closing the tailgate on this side again, very easy. Unhook the pin from the hitch. Extremely easy to close. Let's head on over now to the driver's side of the trailer and take a look at what we got in the side box of the trailer. All right, driver's side of the trailer, starting at the back, we have the 11-pound propane cylinder, which is hard plumbed into the trailer. So no setting up your propane bottle every time you get to camp. Simply turn it on, and your hot water heater and your stove is ready to fire up and get those hot dogs grilling away. Down on the wheels, We are able to match up your wheel pattern and lug patterns to your tow vehicle. So if you're running a Jeep or a Toyota lug pattern, we can do that. Matching up wheels and tires, which looks super cool when your rig all matches up all nicely. The main box on the side over here houses all of the electrical componentry behind these compression locks. Super heavy duty compression locks which suck in with an automotive seal, keeping all the dust and dirt out. And the electrical panel over here, the main brain of the trailer. On-off switch, master on-off switch. So you can shut down the trailer at this flip of a switch or switch it back on. The marine grade switch panel over here, starting from the back of the unit, you have a spare 12 volt, which runs a wire to the back. If you're wanting to set up any additional 12 volt, there is a spare wire there for you. Water pump, self-explanatory, runs the water pump. So when you want to run the sink or run your shower unit, switch on your water pump. Safety circuit. The safety circuit is a propane safety circuit. All Turtleback trailers have safety propane circuits built into them. So you don't burn down the house at a campsite or have the whole cabinet fill up with propane while you're driving down the road. It'll shut it all off for you. Accessory main switch over here controls all your USB and 12 volt plug points around the trailer. So typically there'll be dual USB switches or plug points and a 12 volt cigarette style lighter in there too. Turtle lighting. Under the Turtleback trailer, we cut a turtle into the frame and then we backlight it with a green light. It gives you a nice ambient green glow underneath the trailer. Kitchen lighting, LED lighting on the back of the trailer, obviously over the kitchen, giving you ample lighting when you're prepping up those gourmet meals. Interior lighting, inside the storage compartment, nose box, and in the side storage box, above and below any of the shelving is LED lighting. Again, ample lighting to see any of your goods that you store in there. Exterior lighting, LED lighting all around the vehicle. When you're setting up camp late at night and you get there just a little bit later than you thought and the sun's already gone down, you have more than enough light to set up camp without falling over everything. Dometic hot water heater, 6-gallon hot water heater, master on-off switch on this side of here. Flip that on, hot water heater will kick in on that side. Inverter, if you're running an inverter in your build, the remote switch will be on the main control panel over here. We run 1000 watt and 2000 watt inverters if you so choose, and you can turn that on and off right from the panel over here. Voltmeter or SOC, depending again on what your build choice is. A voltmeter will simply show you the voltage that your batteries are currently sitting at. SOC monitor gets a little bit more in depth, a little bit more information on your amp draw, your battery life, and what sort of life expectancy you still have in your batteries. A lot of information out of that unit right there for you. Moving to the front main storage compartment now. This is a through pass storage compartment, and the beauty of that really is when you pack something in there, if it shifts across to the other side for whatever reason, you just get it from the other side. Compression locks behind you. This particular unit actually has a refrigerator which will slide out on the passenger side. So yeah, we can see the back of the refrigerator. I think it's about a 70-liter Snowmaster refrigerator, a very, very big refrigerator, and it's got more than enough room in there for that unit, and still storage room over here for any containers or anything else you want to throw in there. Let's move on to setting this bad boy up, getting the tent out, and show you what that looks like. Well folks, there you go. A Turtleback expedition trailer set up ready for camp. Reach out to any of our sales team if you have any questions, but keep in mind the way this particular unit is set up with tent and awning options is just one of the many ways we can set them up. So reach out to us and let's find out what your family's needs and requirements are and get the trailer set up perfect just for you. Until then, stay safe, happy trails. I'm gonna test out this tent.
Alright guys, there you have it. 6 excellent expedition trailers that will make your off-road and overlanding adventures that much better. And again, while I went with the Turtleback Expedition trailer, your needs might send you in a completely another direction. What's important is that you have a quick overview of some of the best expedition trailers on the market to jumpstart your search for the best trailer for your specific needs. Now, if you're interested in Turtleback Expedition, stay tuned to this channel because I'm going to have a long-term review coming up. I also have an Overlanding trailer buying guide in the works that you won't want to miss out either. Now, let's get to the details of our current giveaway. We have an incredible Tempo Test Scuttle grill to give away to one lucky winner. Now, the Scuttle is one of my favorite Overland cooking accessories. It comes pre-seasoned, it has a 10,000 BTU burner that allows you to easily control the cooking flame and is super easy to set up. So what do you have to do to be entered to win? Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chance that you have to win. So get watching some of our videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on 4-Wheel Drive Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you've already registered on the site and introduced yourself, you're still eligible to win. But as I keep saying, swing on by and say hello. We would love to see you. And friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on 4-Wheel Drive Talk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, guys. This was a fun video to put together. I get asked quite often, with so many different expedition trailers or trailers out there, what was the motivation? Why did I go with this particular trailer? What did I find attractive about it? So I've been promising I was going to do this video for a while, so I'm glad that I was able to do it. And I hope this video is going to help you make an educated decision on which direction that you want to go with. And of course, it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you to do just that, or all that YouTube stuff at this point. So if you found some value with this video, if you were mildly entertained, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, would love to have you part of the family. We have a lot of cool stuff coming around the corner. And last but not least, hit that bell, smash it, so therefore you're notified each time that we come out with a new video. My friends, I'm going to be jumping out here. You get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventure.